Hello, everyone. Um, so I just thought I'd share an experience that I just recently had, and since I'm going through it, as of currently, I just thought I just share the experience and what I've learned from it. Um, and just make sure you guys can hear me. Okay. So the experience is, um, like I've shared that I've been going through stuff, like I've shared that before, like in the past month. But today I wanted to talk about the concept of perseverance. And perseverance is, getting through, going through, getting through something you're going through. Like on this earth, we're gonna have, many. Jesus said that you're gonna have many. Um, I'll look up the verse. Troubles. In this world, you have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. So, like in this world, on this earth, you're gonna have many troubles. And my experience with troubles is it doesn't get easier. It only gets oh, sorry. Yeah, it doesn't get easier. So, easiness usually requires less perseverance. Like if you're going through something easy, you don't usually consider like, oh, I need to get through this. Usually it's the hard times that require the most perseverance. Like I just, I need to get through this. See the other, get through it. And so, in my experience, sorry, in my experience, it doesn't get easier. Um, uh, yeah, in my experience, it doesn't get easier. And so, yeah, I just shook a little. I don't know. Sometimes that happens where I just shake, but um, in my experience, it doesn't get easier. So I guess I'll just share about like the easiness. As I've done, as I've grown in my faith, I feel like the easier it gets, like the less I grow. And so for that reason, I feel like God puts me in harder situations so that I can grow. So when I say like it doesn't get easier, like the general progression of my life isn't easier and easier and easier. Usually gets, yeah, like that's not the general direction of my life, I don't think. I don't think like the things that I struggle with get easier, like, usually it's not like that. Since I'm going through stuff, I just thought I'd share with you what I feel helps me get through when I'm going through a tough situation where it's not getting any easier. Um, First and foremost, when I first shared reaching out um, to other brothers and sisters in Christ is first, I think, in my opinion, foremost, because isolation can intensify your experience of painful situations. And it's interesting how that works when you share your experiences with other Christians, how it hurts less. It's interesting how it really does that. It hurts less. So when I share my experiences with other Christians, it hurts less, So I just recommend that, or, just, yeah, just share my experience on that. And second most, cry out to the Lord. Like when you're going through something, crying out to the Lord is mostly like you're going through. Like you see David in Psalms crying out to God, like Lord, just like his spirit within him, like saying like Lord help me. So that's like kind of like second most. You should always be, crying out to the Lord or like relying on him, asking for help. But like especially when you're going through something hard, you're really needed to like cry out, since you may need extra to get through that, you know? You might need extra. Third, and maybe you should write these down because like it's better to be prepared to go through something that you're about to go through rather than, okay, now I have to actually learn it real time. Why not learn the lesson before so that when you're actually going through this thing, like you'll actually be prepared for it. So maybe write these down, if you're watching and listening. Third, I think um my personal experience, like after I've reached out to another Christian, after I've cried out to the Lord, then what I usually do next is I take action. Yeah, so I take action. Um, Action steps. Action steps are really good because even though crying out to God and reaching out to others is very important, then I think it gets you ready to take action because if you're going through something extremely difficult, you might not be ready to take action right as you're going through it, but as you talk with other people and as you like the first things is just be talking with other people and reaching, crying out to the Lord, then I would recommend that you take an action step. An action step is that I've taken is um I've gone to counseling, like and counseling can help because counseling is basically counseling is it's basically the same thing as I'm doing right now. It's just like the person's sharing their experience and of course, they've gone to school for something like this, but mostly they're just sharing their own experience. Like, oh, here's what I would do in your situation. And they recommend you some things. And that's a really nice action step, I think, because actions can change stuff. Like, and, as I'm recommending stuff to you, just reminds me, like, okay, I should do these things too, like, it's just a good encouragement for me too. So, in a sense, I'm teaching to myself as well. Um, My last experience, step number 4, after I take an action step, usually patience, just like waiting on the Lord because you've taken action and now you're just waiting, okay, like asking God what's next. You know what I mean? Like you've taken the action steps. What's next, God? What's next, Lord? And so honestly, I feel like the action steps, if you know what, what was I gonna say? And the next thing is just being patient and just waiting on God. Because in my experience, it's like there's nothing else you can do except, just trust and, listen and just, keep, trusting in God, like, so that's just my experience. Especially since you've taken action to change the situation that you're in, and you've taken action to get, help, you know, um, just trusting. Honestly, like I've gone through them things, and I feel like I should share with you like these experiences that I've had. I feel like God takes me through them just to, just to teach you guys. So, like share your experiences with me, in the comment section if if you so desire. That I maybe can get a better idea of who I'm ministering to and what people need. All right, thanks guys. See ya.